My name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Troy, a Total War Saga. Here today on the channel we have some Agamemnon campaign battle and gameplay reveal. The guys over at the Creative Assembly were kind enough to send out some more gameplay footage for us to share. So a huge thank you to them and their community team for making this video possible. This is going to be similar to the Sarpedon video where I'll go through and highlight interesting aspects of the video where I can. First up here we have a look at one of the larger settlement battles in Total War Saga Troy. Agamemnon, in my opinion, has some of the best looking armor and helmet I've seen so far in Troy. In today's video we're going to be having a look at further information on victory conditions, the Kings of Men mechanic, which is similar to the court system for heroes and generals which we've had in other Total Wars. We have the lion's share, we get to see the tax rate slider and what you can demand from your vassals. We also see more of the diplomacy system similar to that of 3K, and we also see some more divine will religious mechanics as well. So some interesting things to note from the Agamemnon start screen. As you can see, his culture group is referred to as Danans rather than Achaeans, which I've been referring to them. So a part of the Danans is Achilles, Agamemnon, Odysseus, and Menelaus, of course. You're most welcome to look at the non-recruitable heroes and unique factions. I'm assuming if you want to see more information, it's just pause, and that's what they were sort of hovering over here. Looking at the campaign map itself, we do see a different array of factions. I'm assuming the blue is either vassals or military allies for King Agamemnon. Here we have our first look at the victory conditions. We have the Homeric victory conditions and the Total War victory. Defeat your first antagonist. I'm not sure who exactly that is. Control the following settlements and make sure these factions are either destroyed or confederated. So a couple of interesting things to note. We've obviously got Sparta with Menelaus. We've got Paris of Troy, Hector of Troy, split into two different factions. We've also got Amazons. So Amazonians look like they're going to be making a feature in Troy Total War. For the Homeric victory conditions, complete all of the steps of your hero's personal missions, 0 out of 13. Hold 50 settlements, including the city of Troy. So this is the shorter victory conditions rather than a Total War conquest. Here we have our first look at the King of Men mechanic, which is similar to the court system and sort of officers, which we've seen in, of course, Warhammer, Three Kingdoms, and Total War Attila. Looking at the generals as well, which are called heroes, there are different classes that you can choose from. The Warlord, the Archer, and the Defender, which is pretty self-explanatory. I'm hoping soon we can sort of see stat-wise more sort of definitive details on that. We have our first look at the tax rate slider, the lion's share, which you can increase and decrease obviously your tax rate, which includes resources. You can also, from this screen as well, demand resources from particular vassals if you need it. We now see a couple of new and unique buildings for Agamemnon and the Achaeans, different to the Sarpedon video.
Heed my will.
Here, for the first time, we have a look at the diplomacy system in Troy Total War, similar to that of Three Kingdoms, which is great to see. That was sort of unanimously liked throughout the community. If you don't know, resources in Total War Troy have a huge impact on the campaign map, which I like. They're extremely important for building and unit strategy. Here we have a look at the event system for the first time in Total War Troy. Similar to that of Total War Warhammer, we have events. So this is called the Pharaoh's Gift. Now this is really interesting. Ramses II, the divine ruler of distant Egypt, so we do have some communication throughout the ancient world, sends his regards as one of the most powerful rulers to another, and sends a priceless statue as a gesture of his goodwill. What should we do with the gift? Now you can trade for gold, trade for stone, bronze, or we can keep the gift. It makes me wonder, will there be more events and opportunities to communicate with distant Greek settlements throughout the Mediterranean, maybe even some barbarians as well. Moving on now to the divine will mechanic, which we did see in the last video that I shared with you and showcased, the Sarpedon campaign gameplay. We got to see the high tier of the worship and celebrated gods. This time around we can actually see some of these prayers and hatacombs being invoked. The hatacomb, of course, in ancient Greece was the killing of 100 bulls. This time around it doesn't cost as much as that. Moving on now to some more battle gameplay footage for Troy Total War Saga. Agamemnon is going to be trying to fight Hector, the son of Troy, in a settlement battle, which is the first we're going to see. I do like and note how much larger this settlement is, similar to that of Three Kingdoms. So here is the backstory for the hero Agamemnon in Troy, a Total War Saga. At the onset of the Trojan War, godlike Agamemnon, commander of the largest fleet to sail the Aegean Sea, driven by all-encompassing lust for power and glory, the king of Mycenae rallied the many kingdoms of Achaia against Troy, determined to raze the fabled city to the ground in pursuit of his bloody ambition. The aging warrior still inspired awe on the battlefield with his heavy armor and mighty swings of his mace. He and his younger brother Menelaus shared a thirst for revenge against Paris, who seduced the Spartan ruler's wife and fled across the waters with her. The Mycenaean leader's formidable will was also the source of his hubris. In the Iliad, Homer recounts how Agamemnon, through arrogance and unwielding pride, offended Apollo himself, then later provoked Achilles into withdrawing the support of his Myrmidons, with a disastrous result. So I hope you enjoyed that quick little backstory provided by the Creative Assembly, and we'll continue on with some Agamemnon and Hector battle footage settlement gameplay. So I'll cut out here and then I'll come back at the end to finish things off.
The foe has sighted your hidden units. It shall be. So be it. Making it happen. It shall be. The foe has sighted your hidden units. Your warriors have been routed. been routed. Thy heirs, your warriors are rallying.
So on that note, guys, unfortunately it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the Agamemnon campaign and battle gameplay reveal here today on the channel. Hopefully over the next coming weeks and months I'll be able to showcase more Total War Troy gameplay and campaign footage where I can. Feel free to leave the video a like if you're interested in Troy. If you're not, feel free to leave a dislike. Let me know in the comments your feedback and suggestions. I will be doing Troy campaigns once it gets released. It will be released in August on the Epic Games Store for free for the first 24 hours. If you want to use my creator code SimpzyTotalWar to flick me a couple of coins, I would appreciate it. Also got to say a huge thank you to the Creative Assembly and to their community team for sending me this gameplay B-roll footage and making this video possible. So a huge thank you to them and to their fantastic community team. So make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Much love from Australia. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.